This is the new Mercedes AMG S63 and it's the most high-performance S-Class Mercedes has ever made. And in this video, I'm going to tell you everything you need to know about it. I've got a feeling I'm going to want one. Buy, sell, car, wow. You know, I said I was going to tell you about this car. Well, actually, I'm going to get Arnie from AMG to tell us about this car, and I'm going to interrogate him a little bit. So, Arnie, tell me about the design, because this looks like the most aggressive S-Class I have ever seen. What have you guys done to the exterior of this car?
For the first time ever, we have the AMG-specific radiator grille on the S-Class. Second thing is, you do not see a standing star anymore. So also the first S-Class without the standing star, we have this beautiful Affalter backrest, and now also, if you have a look at it, it has a real AMG face. It looks like an AMG. You see that we have put everything on here that is available from the optional packages.
We've got carbon fiber down here. That's not standard, right?
No.
Okay.
The standard would be in body color. We have the night package. That means you have all dark chrome here.
So this stuff here, that's extra as well.
You have a great variety of options to choose from if you wanted to have like this kind of more dark, more aggressive style, or we have many customers that really prefer the chrome version.
Now, there's something I need to just double check down here. So you've got some big vents here. These are real. These are sending air into the intercoolers and the radiators. Is that correct?
Yeah, that is correct. And we also have active aerodynamics here. So we have the air curtain down here that can open or close depending on the driving situation.
Yeah, I can see. So these bits here, these
exactly
twizzle around, don't they? Let's check it out down the side. I can tell that we've got some side skirts. You don't get those on the normal S-Class. And once again, they're in the upgraded carbon, of course. Would you spec it in the carbon, or would you go for just the normal black?
I mean, I made the configuration for this car, and
yeah, you weren't paying for it, were you? Though that's the thing. If it was your own money, would you spec it up for the carbon?
I would do that, yeah.
Imagine though if you scuff that. Oh my God, that's going to be expensive, isn't it? And people who drive S-Classes, they do tend to have them around town, and like door mirrors getting banged.
Yeah, but I mean, it's also quite expensive to replace a normal door mirror. So if you want to have your S63, you want to have it up to your choice.
Is it lowered over the standard S-Class?
No, it is not lower, but it goes lower if you go above 120 kilometers per hour.
Does the normal S-Class do that though?
It could be possible, probably but does. I don't know if every S350 does that.
Wheels though, obviously you've got specific AMG wheels. What size have we got?
We have 21 inches here. The car starts with 20 inch, but all the options are 21 inch. We have forged wheels, we have cast wheels.
So the forged wheels, are they lighter and stronger?
Yeah.
Right, these are the top of the range wheels then?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, yeah, they are pretty nice. Though, so once again, talking about in town, these are going to be prone to being curbed. Look at that. And with the two-tone, look, you've got the paint there and then the diamond cut there. Ow. And obviously you've got your V8 bi-turbo badge, E Performance.
Yes.
We'll come on to that in a moment. Is there anything else at the side? Obviously you've got like this black trim. Once again, is this the shadow?
Yes. This is also called part of the night package. So you get the dark chrome parts in the front and you get the trim on the windows in black.
There's so many packages to think about.
It's just two actually.
Oh really?
Yeah, it's the carbon and the night package.
I'm completely
but there's
wrong
a lot
then.
Of parts, yes.
There's a lot of parts they cover. All right, let's move on to the rear. So then, Arnie, what are the changes at the rear?
Well, obviously, see, you have the AMG badge and S63 on a red basis. That implies it's an E Performance.
First off, I'm not so sure about like the red badging on an S-Class.
Well, I mean, we have it on the S-Class, we have it on the GT, we have it on the C-Class. It's something to recognize it's an E Performance model. We didn't want to put an extra E Performance badge somewhere on the back.
Why? Because I noticed that there isn't the E Performance badge. Yeah. Why on this car, whereas on the AMG GT and the C-Class you have the E Performance name, but you don't here, do you?
It was a question of design, and this is very
So somebody decided that actually it doesn't look that cool, let's not do it on the next cars. So we won't see the E-Performance logo in future?
No.
Or is it because they're all moving towards E-Performance and you just can't keep on putting it on there, it's just assumed that it's E-Performance?
Yeah, I mean, we didn't want to over-badge it, and we have to put it on the side.
Okay, right, all right, fair enough. Okay, so we've got the shadow effect, whatever it's called, shadow line trim going on. Wait a minute.
Night package.
Shadow's BMW, isn't it? I'm sorry about that. I'm surprised it haven't just kicked me out of here. Anyway, we've got the night package. Looks nice at the rear. We've got the quad tailpipes. Are they quad beneath? Because I know these are just exhaust surrounds.
Let's have a look. Yeah,
Come
I
on.
would say so.
There's two. There's two. Good old V8. And a diffuser as well.
Yes, exactly.
I mean, does it actually work to improve the downforce or make the car more stable?
It improves the downforce. I mean, not on a level like you know it from a GT Black Series or something, but it does actually work.
Are there any changes to the the actual body dimensions at all? Because I know with the C-Class, obviously it's slightly wider over the front wheel arches.
No, we don't have that here. So the S-Class, I mean, still an S-Class is a little more modest than a C-Class. So you won't find any spoiler lips, any air outlets. Still, you can see that it's an AMG from every perspective.
You can, but do you know what, Arnie? Imagine an S-Class with like widened wheel arches. Would you like to see that? Would you like to see that?
Well, I think you can see it, but then the car isn't from us anymore.
Okay, fair enough. So Arnie, being sat here, I can tell it feels more sporty than the normal S-Class. You've got your general S-Class architecture, but there's something about it. So point out the main differences. Obviously, the first one is this, right?
Yeah, definitely. This is where you lay your hands on. This is AMG-specific steering wheel with the steering wheel buttons.
Yeah, I'll just turn the ignition on so we can see them light up. So these are the things that control. Way! I forgot it's a plug-in hybrid. And so as soon as you put it into sports mode, it starts up. Let's just cut it. I'm not supposed to start it, man, over there. Got very cross at that.
Buffers in.
Yeah, it was Arnie's fault. He told me to do it. Anyway, so let's see if we can get the buttons back on. So you can choose your different driving modes there. Then this one is the one that lets you toggle in between different settings, isn't it? Such as the noise that you get from the...
Yeah, exactly. So there's a variety of options to choose from, and you can even choose what you want to have here. Do you want the full variety? Do you want to have 3 of your favorite settings?
Yeah, so like suspension, you can toggle between the noise that you get from the slightly artificial hybridy soundy system, you know, and then other bits and pieces. And on this one as well, you've got like a regen mode. So if I press that in, I can choose the different regen effects, because obviously this is a plug-in hybrid.
Yeah, exactly. So you can go from almost coasting to up to one pedal drive.
Okay, what else is going on the steering wheel? Because I've never seen these buttons before. What's this?
Yeah, this is the buttons for the Drive Pilot. So the Drive Pilot will also be available for the AMG model. Not directly with the market introduction, but a couple of months later. Yeah, and that means the level 3 system. That means you can keep your hands off the wheel, you can do something else while the system is in charge.
Do something else? Like what?
I leave that up to your fantasy.
Anyway, so you can actually let the car just drive itself. This is on the like Autobahn, right?
Yeah, exactly. So there are some conditions that have to apply, like it has to be on the Autobahn. It's up to 60 kilometers per hour, so it's more like a traffic jam.
So you can't do maximum speed on the Autobahn like that?
No, that's
or
not.
Like that.
Then you have to switch the seat and have a seat at the back.
Right. I noticed a big like lump in the grille, which I didn't mention earlier. Is that anything to do with this?
Yeah, exactly. This is the LiDAR sensor. It's very important to have the exact data on what is happening in front of the car. So we're using several systems. It's a LiDAR, it's a radar, it's cameras, it's GPS, it's multiple other satellite systems that are all connected together to make sure that the car is always very, very precise in its position and in the driving operations.
If you don't like that lump in the grille, think it looks ugly, then you just have to not select the piloted drive. Okay. The displays are very different to a normal S-Class as well.
Developed some AMG-specific graphics, of course. So in the Super Sport mode, also for the head-up display, we have Super Sport mode. We even have a race mode there. And you can get all the information that you want to have about the settings of your car, the telemetry data from track pace. Also go to all the other designs that you know from Mercedes-Benz.
And then moving on to this main screen, what's different in here compared to the normal S-Class?
We have the performance and the track pace points here, and you can really see what the car is doing.
You used to give me a proper IWC clock in the car, but now we just have some graphics.
It was never as big as this.
So you're just going for sheer size, not quality? Yeah? Okay, fair enough. Right, and consumption, so we can look at that. And then we've got the track pace, which basically can help you drive quicker around various tracks. Any other changes? Dash? We've got carbon fibre on the dash.
Yes, you have a carbon fibre here.
Yeah,
this will be newly released with the S63 E performance.
Will you be able to get this on the normal S-Class in future?
If they also choose AMG line, this will be possible.
Right. And some other things I've noticed, I've got AMG mats, AMG kick plate there. We've also obviously got the AMG sport seats, which are still very comfy for sport seats.
Yeah, I mean, they are as comfy as the S-Class seats. Our main idea behind the S63, make it a real S-Class, so you get all the features, all the comfort features like you would expect from an actual S-Class, but also make it a real AMG.
Oh look, and you've got AMG on the headrest as well. Is that standard or do you have to pay extra for that?
That is part of the exclusive package.
Okay. I wouldn't mind running around in one of these. Do you think it suits me?
Totally.
Okay then, Arnie, I've got a little challenge for you. I want you to tell me everything that's upgraded over the standard S-Class in the back while I go into full recline position.
Of course, you have everything, as I already said, that you know from normal S-Class, because this is really important to us to have a full S-Class, also full AMG. You also have, of course, the AMG-specific seat graphics here, but you have the little relaxed pillows. You have on the screens, for example, Also all the track pace data, all the performance information, everything you might want to know.
And this is long wheelbase?
Yeah, it's only long wheelbase. Yeah, you will be able to enjoy everything AMG specific, everything we have in information, entertainment.
Carbon fibre?
Carbon fibre, exactly.
I think it's time for my nap. Let's get to the most important part of this car then, and here it is, 4-litre twin-turbo V8.
Yes, but you only see half of the powertrain actually here, because we have a P3 hybrid E performance, we have the electric engine on the rear axis. Combined system power of 802 horsepower.
What's the AMG GT E performance?
839.
So this is not quite as powerful?
No.
Because I know this system, it's a revised hybrid system from the GT, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it's improved, but you've kept the power below that. Is that because you're going to do the next generation of GT, which will then have more horsepower?
Well,
yeah.
The GT is an AMG only, you know?
Right, okay. How much horsepower do you get from the petrol engine on its own?
612.
And then how much from the electric motor on top?
190.
Depending on which driving mode you're in, you have a bit more assistance from the electric motor, don't you? But there's a kick-down mode,
Yes.
which will always give you your 802 horsepower.
Yeah, no matter if you're in Comfort or Sports Plus.
But let's say I'm on the Autobahn. So I'm driving away on the Autobahn. I've got my foot flat on the floor. It's empty. It's dead early in the morning. There's no trucks on the Autobahn. Eventually, you're going to go through your battery and you won't have 802 horsepower, will you?
If the battery goes empty,
Yeah.
after a while, then it will use some of the power of the engine to charge the battery again, so you can boost again. Yeah.
Okay. Obviously, you've got a four-wheel drive system, so you've got a prop shaft sending power to the rear, then a transfer case sending power to the front wheels. But also on the rear axle, you've got that electric motor which can send power to the rear wheels and also to the front wheels. It's all a bit confusing.
I mean, the whole hybrid layout, the whole system is something completely newly invented by AMG, so no one else has that. For us, it was very important to have a very dynamic car, very agile car, even though, of course, it is heavier.
What is the weight of this car?
2,595 kilograms.
That's quite a lot of weight. What was the old version?
It was about 2.2 tons.
Obviously, you've got more power. And what other systems you got? You've got a limited slip differential on the rear axle.
Yes.
And torque vectoring.
We are able to shift the power between the left and the right rear wheel here. We also have two-speed gearbox in the electric motor.
And when does the second gear come in? What speed?
That always depends, at latest at 140, sometimes even earlier. But this allows us to have the full torque again when you're going from 100 to 200, 220, 250.
In terms of performance, what kind of 0 to 60, 0 to 100 kilometre an hour time do you think this will do?
I know it does 3.3 seconds.
But the reality is it'll probably do quicker, won't it? Do you reckon it's possible to break the 3-second mark with this car? Might I be lucky when I eventually review it? Do you reckon I could get sub 3?
Maybe if you do it.
Okay.
Now
Right.
we have to keep in mind it's a 2.6 ton car. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's really heavy, but it's not only about being fast; it's also about being agile, and this is really what this car is.
Speaking of which, then, does it have the drift mode?
It does not have a drift mode.
Oh,
It
what?
does also
No.
not have a race mode. So
It doesn't have race mode?
no. The
Why
S
doesn't it have
Class
race
does not
mode?
have a race mode.
Oh no, I bet there was like some crazy internal discussions. We've got to give it race mode. No, it's an S-Class, we can't have race mode. And it was...
I'm not saying there were no discussions. And also in Sports Plus, it is very dynamic, very agile. We have added some other systems here. For example, you have standard rear axle steering.
I want drift mode.
No drift mode.
Go on then, you got rear axle steering like on the C-Class,
Yeah.
like on the GT as well.
Yeah, we have 2.5 degrees here. The GT has a little bit less, but we have a larger wheelbase. And we have a active roll stabilization standard here.
Right, okay, so keep it nice and flat in the bends.
Yeah, exactly. And it's an electromechanical system, so it's not a hydraulical system. It can adapt 500 times a second to really keep the car always in a very good position. And it does not just improve the performance and the driving dynamics, but also the comfort, because you don't have any cupping effects.
Okay, that brings me on to something else. So what other upgrades are there to the suspension and chassis compared to the normal S-Class?
Yeah, I mean, we have taken some measures in the chassis, like for example, we have aluminum truss fields underneath the engine. We have extra struts, and we have special CFK for in the trunk. That holds the battery and also stiffens the rear again.
The suspension itself, you've got air suspension as standard, obviously. Yes. Have you recalibrated that?
Yeah, it has been completely recalibrated, and we also have external valves for independently adjusting the rebound and the compression rate.
Right. How about the spring rates? Are they the same, or are they made a bit stiffer as well?
They are also a bit stiffer, but still very comfortable. It's not as comfortable as a Maybach, maybe, but it's really as comfortable as a normal S-Class is.
Oh, okay, really?
Yeah, I mean, with this independent rebound and compression valves here, we can increase spread between comfort and sports by 200% compared to the normal air suspension.
Notice the brakes here, carbon ceramics with lovely gold calipers. Are these standard?
No, these are extra. Standard will come with steel brakes with 400 millimeters. Here we have even 420 millimeter discs.
They're massive. How many pistons you got in those calipers?
We have 6 pistons here.
Okay, how about the rear? What's the size of the rear disc?
The rear is 380 millimeters.
Yeah, you've done your homework, right?
Yeah.
Is there anything else about this car that we should know? The price. Okay, so you guys haven't revealed the price yet.
No.
But it'll be more expensive than the AMG GT.
You can imagine it's going to be a little more expensive.
A little bit more. If it's more expensive, then why doesn't it have more power?
It does not have more power, but it has many other options that you cannot have in a GT. The GT is a sports car, and this is a sports car and a luxury limousine.
When are you going to announce the price?
I will announce the price on January 31st.
Okay, so look out for that. Now, I hope you all enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a like. If you want to watch some other videos, you click over there. And if you want to click on that box there, you can subscribe to this channel. Make sure you don't miss when I upload a video of me actually reviewing this car. Anyway, thanks for helping us out with this video, Arnie. It's been a pleasure.
Thanks for having me.